Yeah, for sure. So what I've found is that every business, regardless of size, complexity, industry, geography, or the tenure of leadership, reaches a point somewhere in its evolution where it gets really, really hard. It can be that the growth slows or stops. It can be that the leadership or perhaps the owner, the entrepreneur feels like they're working way too hard for not enough return all of a sudden, or things that seemed easy seem hard now. And these are the symptoms of the growth trap. And it's a fairly predictable set of circumstances that's just a construct of what happens when you scale. The thing that's
Mhm.
unpredictable from business to business, entrepreneur to entrepreneur, or industry to industry is how far you can take the business on your own before you hit the growth trap. And we know anecdotally from business startup data that most businesses don't survive at all. I think the number is like 90 some odd percent of businesses, never even make it to $1 million in revenue. Period. Full stop.
Yeah.
And so in those cases, they're getting very far. This far, they're getting stuck, and then they're done. Others make it maybe to 5 or 6 million, and they feel it. I've worked with clients who've made it to 120 million,
Mm.
and that's the point for them.
Mhm.
And it's like everybody's got this point that this happens, and the trick is being able to realize that it's not an unpredictable set of circumstances, and in fact, there's a fairly predictable set of things that occurs, and predictable things that leaders can do to work past the growth trap. And so that's where I tend to be focused. And this kind of a conversation and articulating it this way, I find really resonates with leaders because they're super frustrated because they're very driven people to want to achieve.
Mhm.
And they feel like, well, I've gotten it here through grit and determination and blood, sweat, and tears. And so, yeah, I have to be able to figure this out. And the reality is, in most cases, there's a structural problem and it can't just be figured out the same way that you figured everything out to get where you are. And that's where some different thinking comes in.